everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing one of the highest win rate decks in Arena. A lot of people have a lot of success with this deck, seeing numbers above 70% and whatnot, which is absolutely insane, especially in the best of one meta. But this is our deck list. This is what we're going to run. It's mono white, kind of wanting to be able to play a 1-drop, 2-drop into a 3-drop, and then play out our hand from the rest there. It's pretty self-explanatory. Other than that, we're just going to hop into the games. Okay, we do first. We have a 1-drop and another 1-drop, maybe draw a 2-drop, and then we have Adeline, so I think we're good to keep it. Play Skrell first because Skrell sticks around, which pretty much guarantee an attack, or protect the Adeline, which would also kind of guarantee an attack. Well, Value's a really solid draw. I think if this is bank control, I don't think they have a way to remove it. I'm just going to attack. Off early information, just if they play another tap Triome, then they would only have 1 mana available anyway, and nothing like that can cast Value. As we see here, nothing going on. This turn, now we'll keep this 12 up. We want to be able to protect our Adeline and our Thalia. One turn here. Hard to get something out of the way if needed. Topiary Stomper, they're definitely danger. Virtue on the 12, that is fine. Not going to really be enough here. The combat too fast, I just realized. I was thinking about not committing too much to the board because the idea of getting hit with a Doomstar was in my head. Then I realized I still have my Thalia in play, so that's just not possible. We missed out on a little damage. We could have played this, put it on something to scry. So, well, that's not going to be enough. I don't think. I don't know the math here. For one here and just throw it on this. Sorry, not quite a good game. More of mono white just did what mono white does. Call this on the backside, and I was like, what red spell do I play? That's not what I want. I mean, we keep this, I think. 1-drop into a solid 3-drop. Red, so this 4 toughness one here is probably going to be pretty good. Oh, we know what to lead off with. Little part of me almost wanted to wait and just not play anything and then play both of these next turn. That might have been smarter, but we also, if red's back on in the festivities, it doesn't feel like a good plan. Not block here. Let him out for now. Play recruitment officer. The only way I'm blocking is if makes sense to trade off some stuff, but let's let that run unwired for now. A recruitment officer flying into the Kano. It really depends if they commit out here. Although this screams like monster trade stuff. If I block, I kind of have to double block. Force them to use it, I guess. Feel like it's just monster trade. Wow. You have a second one? Those are the things that hurt my soul, man. Like, we're not oh lord. Yeah, I guess. So if you're you understand why I'm a little confusion. If they would have just monster raised their Kamano, they would have got more damage. They would have kept the Kamano around because it would have been able to go up to 3 toughness. So let's play Brutal Cathar here. And I think we just have to eventually outpace that. We need to take the Felden out. We get some life gain here from this. We hold that back in case they play a haster. They haven't had removal the entire time, so no surprise here. 4 damage. You gotta just have to let it through. Play Adeline. Ack. We'll make it here. We'll gain another life. We'll hit. We'll have this trade off to Felden. Just need a dead card here. Phoenix Chick is good. Not necessarily a dead card. 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think. Can I gain 3 life back? I gain 1 for this entering. This will enter. Be at 3. If I block here and they get a lightning strike because they'll get to look at 3 cards, I die. I think I actually have to let this in. Down to 1. Hopefully just find a way. That's pretty good. And we'll have to just block this here, I guess. They adversary. Gain 2 life. I'm gonna decline this because I want it tonight. Oh, I know I'm gonna make another life when I attack. Yeah. So how to pay like this. Okay. Find 1 creature. Act like this. Get another life. Get to 11. We have lethal lined up. Adversary will block the Felden. Has to do this to gain the life back. One up to 4. Those don't quite cut it. Get a Swiss Spear. Here to try to block, but we do have a creature that comes in and kicks, and we actually pull the game out. Wow. Okay. Very close. Very risky to go down the 1, but I didn't really see another line, especially just like allowing them to find more creatures to play next turn. And I lost my 1 when I blocked. Well, I guess I didn't lose the Adeline, but burn spell I died, so I don't really like this hand that much. This is reliant on them to play creatures, and us to Brutal Cathar and be kind of better. And these are a little bit clunky because we don't have a lot of lower to the ground stuff. We'll maul this. Try to find a little bit more of an aggressive hand. I think this isn't as aggressive, but Thalia can kind of stall on turn 2. I'm gonna let this go, and we just have to hope to hit a land. Cathar is a 1 of is definitely a lot more reasonable. I haven't seen these sleep. But like here, Thalia's gonna make the turn awkward. Also has first strike. My phone is dinging. You here? Farming Scoundrel, making a treasure or a Wicked Roll token. Not gonna do anything. It makes that too big for Thalia. Oh, do attack. You're fine. Send the message. Don't find a land. That is tough. Sure. Especially right now, because if I found a land, I'd probably veteran play Vanguard. And now a little part of me just wants to play the veteran. If I play Adeline next turn, I can then attack and make more life. This also gets my Thalia ward, so it's probably better. And now it can also trade off here if this gets bigger for some reason. Like a Monstrous Rage doesn't actually make this trample over this because this has first strike. It'll first strike it out. Take care of it. Need to hit a land. Here's a squeeze. Okay, they don't really have good attacks. But we find land. Now it's like probably play the Brutal Cathar, right? Human on this side. We can take out their squee. Just go from there, or we play Adeline, have it just be a massive creature in the way. And I kind of like that. I don't think Brutal Cathar is too important right now. Yeah, because even if Squee attacks, we can eat it all. So, wait. Eventually get to the point that our board's going to be bigger than theirs, and it's going to rely on their burn spells in comparison to our pressure. I'll attack here, sure. tells me Monstrous Rage and of the sorts is available. Okay. Stalker Frenzy. That goes down. Oh, the ward's gone. It just had double Witch Stalker Frenzy. Alright, my bad. I wasn't fully prepared for double Witch Stalker, I guess. Which is like fine, they played to it, so good on them. Now we play out second Adeline. And then we play Veteran and play Initiate, and we also attack, have a token. I know Thalia's holding the line here, but I think just getting Adeline big enough to trade things off is actually more important. Because now I can technically block the Swift Spear. Pretty safe for most things. We have another Witch Stalker Frenzy. We just have 3. I mean, I guess. You have another burn spell? You didn't bring up the Foundry for some reason? Oh, me. I'm just curious. Had it all, team. We lose to 3 Witch Stalkers. That is their graveyard. They've had no burn for creatures or for face. Just had it for that. Let's see. Could have been a mistake not getting the Veteran down earlier and forcing them. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Adeline's pretty safe. Alright, so they're back. They let my stuff resolve. Then we'll play a 3-1 lifelinker. Lose to end the festivities. It'll be alright. I mean, have to decline that by default. We have this. We hold back. 7 there at 17. Attacking with our 3 damage isn't winning us any races anytime soon. They're 1 card in the graveyard short from bringing back Squee. I think they should attack the Scoundrel anyway. They don't. And the reason I was saying attack with Scoundrel anyway is because if it dies, then you can bring back Squee next turn guaranteed. But it could just have removal here. That's also possible. A little part of me is like, do I just Brutal Cathar, take out their Swift Spear? Or they have 4th Witch Stalker Frenzy, which will answer my 3rd Adeline. But I don't know. I'm gonna play it now. In my life. I will attack with this 3-1, I think. I guess I could just attack with this 1-1, making another 1-1. Nothing attacking. I kind of wanted to attack with this because it has lifelink and I get value out of it unless they burn it. If they block with this, like, that sucks. So we'll just attack with this 1-1. Just eat it with the Swift Spear. Not that big of a deal. But here they can also trade off the Scoundrel. Oh, Sokazan, sure. Our board's still big, plenty big enough. Block the other 1-1. No. They put a land in there, so now they can bring back Squee and go really wide here. Another Foundry. Use 4 mana, and they can bring up Foundry as well, I think. About to get killed by 1,000 paper cuts. We have blocks. They don't attack. Okay. That's super fine with me. Play Initiate. Figure some stuff out. I'm most likely attacking with Adeline here. And maybe Brutal Catharing whatever they keep over. Or do I just take out the Swift Spear now? Probably supposed to be Squee. Unsure. They're the answers to my question. So we'll Brutal Cathar. Squee technically allows them to go wider. But this with the Monstrous Rage is so much more damage. Not really containable. Yeah. Block. We'll take that. We'll just get that out. Because the worst case scenario, they get it back and it's now a 1-2. So it is actually, we're able to deal with it. Attack here, attack. Yeah, it's just attack here, right? Huh? Why not? Eat my 1-1 with Squee. I'm just looking to gain life. The thing I have to watch out for is exactly, you do this, and then double block. If I can get 3 creatures off their board, gladly do it. One thing we needed to watch out for, they were tapped out, so I didn't really consider it that much, is with the 2 foundries in play, we needed to make sure they didn't have the ability to pay 1 into this to make this much bigger. Now we'll play vendor, and we'll pay 1 and 1 to the brute. We can give it first strike. If they want to trade off a lot of their stuff again, I think I'd allow that. On here, I think, because I think we want to start turning over the game. We can attack. They can bring this up, and then they have to block with 3 more creatures, and they lose them all again. I'm kind of fine with that, and I'll attack with this as well because it'll also get a counter. Your trades are really bad all the way around. Also, scrying there is very important. We've missed a lot of lands thus far. So we don't want to find a pocket of them now. We're trying to close. They allow the damage to come through. Completely. Down to 10. Raw. What do you have? Thing about the version that they're playing, unless of course I get told otherwise right here. A lot of times they're not playing the Rend Resolves and things, or whatever the other one is. Oh, they play the Adversary now. That's kind of surprising. I'm genuinely shocked that they didn't wait to hold it to play maybe, well, I guess 2 or less, and they haven't burned me outside of the Witchstalker. Never mind. That's probably fine. We'll do this. We'll auto pay. I'll put it on our life linker here. At what point do we get super aggressive? I kind of want to attack with this. We're getting to the point that we're forcing them to have to block. I don't want them to be able to block in a way that they can bring back Squeak and kill me for it. Just this. Yeah, their foundry is also tapped, so now their blocks are weird. Yeah, let's do this. I also want to scry, so. Yep, we're finding that pocket of land. That's 3 in a row now. Artifact or enchantment. We don't have anything there, but if they don't take our initiate out, we can actually activate our initiate and blow up their foundry if they try to attack us. It's not catered by sorcery speed. So yeah, if foundry gets crewed up here, we just pop it before they even get to attack, or we can let them attack and maybe get a beneficial blocks out of it. We kind of have to do the math before they get in, but very quickly, due to the veteran, we found ourselves at 7 to 17, I recall, and now they're all the way down. Yeah, so I don't want their Witchstalkers to be super cheap, so I'm just going to get this out of the way. Yeah, I'll just remove 2 counters from here. Blow that out. They can float a mana now, if they'd like. Not sure that they saw this line necessarily coming. Lightning strike for Thalia. Okay. Get your creature out of the way. He attacks. The spear attacks. Eat this 1/1. This 1/1. This could trade off one of these. I would, because I could play it on the backside and I'll have a flyer. But it doesn't. So 4th land in a row here. Kinda difficult, but it'll be alright. We have plans. We'll activate here. And put this on the vendor so they can't trade it, and then this will be too big to trade as well. And they're gonna have to block. So I'm safe to do this. I would like to have this back to block something. I don't mind playing it on the backside. Is recruitment officer enough? I mean, it kind of is, because I can play it, then activate it, and I have 6 mana. So even if I find another 1-drop, I can play it. Down the 1. They choose not to trade off anything else. I guess maybe attacking with this was forced. Didn't really count the lethal there. But yeah, it's pretty much chalked up here. We both kind of got in a spot where we both drew lands for a little while, but my board state was just a little bit better. I shouldn't have blocked that, but it doesn't really matter, as you can see. Decline. I'm trying, opponent. I respect you staying around. Getting through all these things you're forced. That's like one big thing that's different in paper. It's like, hey man, good game, attack, and you're like, okay, draw, attack, whatever. You just go through the motion. You don't even worry about all the triggers. But arena's like, hey, I know you have lethal. let me make you figure out these next 4 abilities, and you're just like, I just went through them. I mean, much red as we're playing against today. This hand's pretty sick, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay, do we lead off with Skrelv? I think the answer is yes. Hello. Wait. No, it can't be, please. Yeah, let's play veteran. Mirror is going to strictly rely on who gets to play the bigger creatures and when, and who kind of has the most brutal Cathar / ossification, things of that nature. Which, as of right now, they're kind of on pace to outpace us. The blocks. We'll gain the life back by just playing a creature. So Cathar, this is what I was talking about. So we can do one of two things. We can wait and just play the Vanguard, which I think makes also Brutal Cathar, because their Brutal Cathar will not be able to answer ours because we have a Skrelv. With that said, I'm going to play a Vanguard. Yeah, I like playing Vanguard here. Particularly on the fact that I had other plans. If they play an Adeline next turn, I would much rather put that under this than this, as we kind of have it paced here. And again, this is gaining as much life. If you want to trade these off, then sure. There's Adeline. Has Ward, but I have land drop to make. Makes token. Good. This is good for us. They're tapping out. Kind of like a, oh yeah, it's 2 damage. I can't really trade it off. Guess we're taking the damage here. Our turn. Sure. We find a recruitment officer. It'll have to come down a little later here. With Cathar coming in. Target here. Yes, I'm sure. Solve. I'd like to pay for the ward. Gain our life back. Scenario, we attack here. As I said, this game has come down already to who's got Adeline plus Brutal Cathars. And we'll see what they got cooked up here. Another Adeline would be devastating. We'd have to basically top deck another one of these. Second Vanguard's also very good. As this is 9 damage, I'm at 17. I have to just eat this. We hope that we can maybe draw a creature that presents a lethal threat. We do not. Play this. We'll play Recruitment Officer. We have an activation on it. I could have just let it go to nighttime, but I think gaining the life and putting a creature I'm willing to trade off into play is more important. They're stuck on 3 lands. I have 4 to activate. Do I attack? I mean, I guess the answer is probably yes. If they trade off that, their board state gets so much smaller, right? So I'll just swing these. If they trade this off, their board state's much smaller. That's the whole point. And if they do an all-out attack here and they don't have anything available, I'll probably put Recruitment Officer and Vanguard myself under both of theirs. Potentially. Or if the math works out where I'm not dead, then I won't do anything. Intrepid Adversary, I think the 2-drop. I never remember its name, but I know it's the one that enters. They can pay 2 white, or a white and a colorless. Oh, Extraction Specialist with an empty graveyard. That does not feel great. I mean, it doesn't feel that bad. It's a 5/2 lifelinker here. Let's activate this ability first so I don't do anything dumb. We find another Recruitment Officer. This is just enough. They have 5 damage on that side. What do we do? If I block, do I have a way to kill them? That's the math, right? So they're at 11. I have 3, 6. Well, let's take 3 away. So I have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'd be just short of lethal. How brutal that is. I guess idea is block and block like I said before. Or I just block and let 9 through. I don't think I can do that. I'll just block like this, I guess. Turn. Wow. 1. Ah! That's kind of cringe. I think I have to hold it though. Do I have to hold it? I think I do. I was kidding. Maybe I shouldn't have played this, but no attacks here. Oh boy, ossification did not really do much. I mean, if that's the case, just allow it. Play a scrub of their own. Look at that. Cannot block. You let us go to our turn. We activate this. Values to play. Brutal Cathar. We're 1 mana short on that play. Value out. Play Brutal Cathar. Just out of the picture. At this point, I think it's just an attack out. Maybe not attack. Well, it's not really an attack out, right? And what an awkward game I'm in. I'm attacking like this. Can't really attack with this Brutal Cathar because they can double block. I'm not threatening enough. The only reason I attacked, I wanted to get as minimal damage down as I could in order to play Brutal Cathar and maybe exile this. Maybe they'll attack. They think they need to scry here. You attack. I'm at 10. The attack seems a lot less good. That helps change everything. Yeah, this pretty much probably does it. Trade any of these, they have to double block, and they have a Skrell. So yeah, all out attack. Yeah, it's kind of deceiving. As I saw a Skrell sitting there, I was like, well, maybe they have blocks they can do, but they just can't double block. But then I was like, well, Skrell can't block at all, so good. All right, talk about the deck and of course the outro here. But the deck is solid. There's a reason that it has such a high win rate. I played 4 games today. We're 30 minutes in. I won all 4, so. Right now I'm currently 4-0 as it stands with this deck. Seen a lot of people playing it. It's the top of the meta in terms of win percentage. Seen a lot of people doing it. I've seen people post videos about it, like different content creators. It's been on the arena page. It's been on cool stuff ink page, things of that nature, and then other individual YouTubers have been posting it. So I was like, why not? I'm normally on the Golgari side, killing a lot of the creatures, hoping for it to stop playing threats. Or I'm playing like the Sunfalls and stuff like that that make it very difficult if I get to them for this deck to win. But however, it makes it very hard for those decks, as you saw maybe in the first game or two, that it's very hard for them to win whenever we're just like, here's a threat, here's a threat, here's a threat. And then they don't have time to catch up, especially when a Thalia comes in at 2. But overall, definitely having a turn 1 threat into a turn 2 threat to turn 3 is by far the most crucial. If you don't really have that in your first hand, maybe you should consider mauling. especially as you saw when we mulliganed. We had a couple Brutal Cathars in hand. We weren't really sure if they were going to be good because, again, if you're playing against control, this is a 3-mana 2/2 that you don't really want to be committing to. Of course, when it flips to the backside, it's good, but Builder's Edict just gets around it. If that's like an example, or Void Rend can just ignore the ward and things of that nature. So you have to be kind of careful in keeping these Brutal Cathars in your opener if you don't have like the 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. Outside of that, deck's pretty solid, as you can tell from the games if you've watched them. Other than that, the way to answer this deck is, I know it's sometimes hard, but you always want to be able to answer the Scrub 1/1, or if you find a chance to answer Thalia, because the problem if you don't answer these, you find it very hard to answer them later, or you have to answer them whenever they've played an Adeline, and then you can't really interact with them after that. I've made a mistake, and you probably found them a couple videos of me, where I'm like, I have a cut down, or I have a go for the throw, I can remove this now, let me play my man land, and instead I get punished because they're like, all right, here's my Adeline, and now I'm like, well, I need to remove Adeline or they're going to make another threat, and then I have to answer a token with a card and things of that nature. So it gets very annoying very quickly if you're playing against this deck and you don't just remove their early tax effects, because now I couldn't go for the throw and cut down, or shielded play Liliana, hold up, cut down, things of that nature. Very, very hard. So the hands you keep with this have to be very aggressive and go 1, 2, and 3. This is also considered pretty much like a 4-drop. Between there is kind of how you should consider that, and this can sometimes be considered a 3-drop, but definitely confusing. You could also keep this, and if you can, play a Vanguard first and play this next turn and then put a counter on it, or play this first. If they remove it, then your Vanguard has more of a chance to live, and if you play Vanguard after, you can then activate Spellbook because it's already in play. So it's very nice. A lot of the hands are hard to kind of value and curve out sometimes, but other than that, it's pretty standard 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, and you go from there. That's it. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to call it, and I'll see you around in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.